The grand estate of Ravenswood Manor stood as a testament to a bygone era, its towering spires and turrets reaching towards the sky like skeletal fingers. The once manicured lawn was overgrown, weeds snaking their way through the cracks in the pavement like grasping fingers. A chill ran down the spine as the wind picked up, whispering an unsettling melody through the broken windows. Shadows danced across the walls as the sun set behind the trees, casting an otherworldly glow over the decaying facade. The wind howled like a pack of wolves, its mournful cries echoing through the empty halls. A faint scent of decay wafted through the air, heavy with the stench of rot and neglect. Ravenswood Manor had been abandoned for decades, its dark history shrouded in mystery and terror. Many had attempted to explore its depths, but none had ever returned to tell the tale. The locals whispered of strange occurrences and unexplained events, warning of the dangers that lurked within the crumbling walls. As I stepped across the threshold, my footsteps echoed through the silence, a stark contrast to the oppressive stillness that hung in the air. I couldn't shake the feeling that I was being watched, that unseen eyes were trained on me from the shadows. A shiver ran down my spine as I approached the grand staircase, its carved banisters reaching towards me like skeletal hands. I began to explore the mansion, my footsteps creaking through the dusty halls. Each step seemed to reveal a new layer of neglect and decay, as if the very fabric of the building was unraveling before my eyes. I stumbled upon a door hidden behind a tattered tapestry, its surface worn and scratched, a small keyhole glinting in the fading light. I felt an inexplicable pull towards the door, as if some unseen force was urging me to open it. My heart pounded in my chest as I inserted a rusty key into the keyhole, the sound of scraping metal echoing through the silence. I turned the key, and the door creaked open with a dreadful slowness. A musty scent wafted out, heavy with the stench of rot and decay. I hesitated, my hand hovering over the threshold, as if some unseen presence was warning me away. The air seemed to vibrate with tension, as if the very atmosphere was alive and watching me. I took a deep breath and stepped across the threshold, my eyes adjusting to the dim light within. The room was small, with walls lined with old, yellowed books and a single, flickering candle casting eerie shadows on the walls. A chill ran down my spine as I realized that I was not alone. Suddenly, the air seemed to grow colder, the shadows twisting and writhing like living things. I tried to call out, but my voice was frozen in my throat, unable to escape. A presence began to coalesce before me, its form indistinct and twisted. As I watched in horror, the presence took shape, its features coalescing into a twisted visage that seemed to scream with malevolent intent. I tried to turn and run, but my feet seemed rooted to the spot. The presence began to move towards me, its eyes blazing with an otherworldly light. In a flash of insight, I realized the horrifying truth: the door had not been locked to keep me out, but to keep something in. The room was a prison, and I was its newest inmate. As the presence closed in, I screamed, but my cry was drowned out by the sound of the door slamming shut behind me. And then, I was alone with the darkness, trapped in a living nightmare from which I would never awaken. The last thing I remembered was the sound of my own screams, echoing through the empty halls of Ravenswood Manor, forever trapped behind the door that breathed.